Ya, kita restream lagi ya. Tadi agak nge-lag sih, jadi di restart dulu dan sekarang semoga aja tidak ya. Ya kita lanjutin lagi. Ini ngomong balik ya karena yang tadi itu videonya udah dihapus juga. Jadi kita tuh lanjutin perjalanan di Tieng Valley atau Desa Tieng yang dimana tuh desa itu kelompoknya dinamakan Grey Hen kalau nggak salah ya, dan intinya kita kudu nge-explore si desa itu. Dan ya, si desanya itu tuh bakal kayak kena dampak dari flood gitu. Flood tuh banjir karena bendungannya tuh udah tua katanya dan bisa bocor. Dan ya kita lanjut aja, dan kita tuh udah sampai ke sini. Ini entah apa namanya. Kayak farm ya. Salah.
Is that your name on your collar? Let's see. You are Madrigal.
Oke, kita foto dulu. Nih, sorry aja ya kalau agak berisik.
Filled with grain for the future. The farmer didn't know they wouldn't need it.
Ini motornya tuh agak nyebelin semua, knalpotnya sosokan kayak brong-brong kayak gitu.
They left so much behind. I can still feel life here. And you are Mata. This machine looks powerful. It must have done the work of many people. And your name is Tupet. I wonder who named you that.
Salah, salah.
Compared to my village, they lived in the open here. They lived on the land itself. I hope in the future, at least some people are still living like that.
Oke, beres. Apakah itu desanya? Keren banget sih. Ntar kita coba baca dulu. Parking lot, shrine entrance, fruit farm, cemetery, dam. Terus apa tuh? Bawah. Serene Pond. Oh, oke, kita ada di situ lokasinya ya. First thing first, kita coba kunjungin dulu desanya. Aduh, kok nggak bisa? Oh, ini fruit farm. Oke. Coba lihat dulu di sini apa. Oh, ini dig site. Nanti adalah ke dig site. Kita ke farm dulu. Fruit farm. Alright. Salah.
Fabric negotiates with wind and gravity. The end result is flight. When I cobble together my own religion, this will be a god.
Oke, ada orang ternyata.
Oh, no, no, no.
Kenapa tiba-tiba no.
You said we had until midnight. I'm not ready to leave. Look at all this. Wait a minute. A cute outfit, a bicycle. You're not a greyhound. What a relief. I'm sorry. I just assumed because who else would be... What are you doing here? You're really cutting it close. I guess I'm doing research here on the lawn. I'm studying my own life. Welcome to Tieng Valley. You should have been here a week ago when the evacuation started. Almost everyone is gone now. You noticed, I hope, that the valley is going to be flooded. The Greyhands are taking us to live in the Radiant City. Look!
Oke, Radiant City. Every Radiant City apartment comes furnished with an array of devices, field, toys, musical instruments, and much more. But most importantly, they come furnished with a loving community around them. Okay.
See how they put the dimensions on the back? I recreated our future apartment here, on the lawn. This is the space we have to work with, to live in. I'm trying to really imagine what it'll be like. We're going from a big farm to one room, and we need to be packed by tonight. I already packed for myself and my son, but my husband Yuri is a little harder to pack for because he passed away recently.
Oke, dia udah meninggal ternyata.
And I can't bring all his things. It's not realistic. His stuff is still. It's all here. It's okay. You said you're here to study the valley? My Yuri was doing the same thing. We can do this. Just need to decide. Yuri learned to paint from our neighbor, Matiora.
Oke, pelukis katanya. Dan dia belajar dari siapa tuh namanya teh Matiora.
He painted all three of these. This is a self-portrait he did. Kind of intense, right? He was more handsome than that. I wish he could have seen himself the way I saw him, you know? He was really lovely. Just occasional dark moods from his work. This is his portrait of me. We got into a fight over it. What's that supposed to mean? You just splatter some paint on the canvas and put my name on it? He said it was my essence. I don't know. Do you think it looks like me? He painted this for Kochi. Some kind of private joke between the two of them. I don't get it. They were both interested in the war and how it ended. I'm not. I just pray nothing like that will ever happen again. Which painting should I take with me?
Aduh. Yang mana ya?
Yes, you're right. Himself from his own eyes. Something I could never see without this painting.
Yes, karena ya kasarnya kita nggak bisa ngelihat lagi si orangnya gitu. Dih, bocil
Our
sombong.
cart broke. I overloaded it. So I had to use the wheels of his bicycle. Now he's so mad he won't say a word. I've packed my essential clothes. I don't know what to do with these. This was Yuri's best suit. Maybe when Kochi grows up, it'll fit him. That's a long time away, though. My island dress. I made this for our trip to the islands, the trip we never took. It was based on a photo of a seaside Azan dance. The hours I spent on this. These are some of Yuri's clothes from when he was a kid. I thought Kochi could wear them, but he says they're itchy. So what's the use? But to throw them away, he was a little boy. He would put these clothes and he grew up. Oh, God, this hurts a little. Okay. Yes, of course we'll bring this. I should bring anything that helps Kochi remember his dad. All right, this is going well. But I feel like I'm forgetting something. Or someone. The demon of shame and mourning. How could I have forgotten? Now, where did I put him? We need to bring the demon of shame and mourning. When someone dies and you're in mourning, you're supposed to keep the demon in sight at all times. He's supposed to remind you of your regrets. It's a religious thing.
Mhm.
These are Yuri's books. They're pretty heavy. This is an old religious book, The Prism of Yesterday. He didn't like to talk about his faith. I haven't read it much. Maybe there's a part of him in these pages, a part I never understood, that I could still glimpse. Maybe he would want me to keep this one. But I don't know. It just doesn't mean much to me. Yuri found this old tourist guide to the valley before we moved here. He was so excited. But this guide is really out of date. It's from way before the war. There's something optimistic about the colors they used. Yuri really wanted to take a trip to the archipelago together. We prepared for it a lot. Even taught ourselves a bit of the language from this book, but we never made the trip. It was always going to be soon, but it never happened. Seems like the kind of thing no one does anymore. Which should I take with me?
The Prism of Yesterday dong.
Yes, that seems right. Maybe I'll even read it one day. I suppose I'll be leaving the other two behind. I know they're heavy, but would you want to take one with you?
Hmm.
Yeah, maybe you'll make it to the Azan Islands someday. Let's see how this is going so far. Kochi will be so proud to wear this suit someday. I'll remember how Yuri saw himself. I think we're almost there. Let's just look a little more. My husband built these tools to study the valley. They were his life's work, and they took his life away, too.
What? Bundir.
So what do I do with them? You can't buy tools like these. He made them. My husband didn't insult God, but maybe he stepped on his toe, and his life went out of him. The truth is, I'm relieved to leave this place. Tieng Valley is not some preserved jar of, I don't know, culture. It's chaos. It's life. It's constantly changing. They might be incredibly valuable to a scientist on the other side of the world. I don't know. I also hate them. I get you're a curious soul, but I forbid you from using them. I don't care, but he did. He gave his life trying to understand this world. I can't keep these tools, and I can't throw them away. There's even more of them, bigger ones, out at his work shed. Okay, I'm gonna turn away now. I want you to take them or throw them away. I don't want to know.
Take lah, siapa tuh butuh.
I went through all our old photos, trying to see what I might be forgetting. I love that view. Have you been up there? By the entrance to the shrine?
Belum
You
belum.
really should go see it when it opens. It's just across the river and up the hill. The doors to the shrine open when the sun goes down. The monk is still in there. I hope he'll evacuate. That's Matiora. She lives east of here, out in the woods by the river. She said she'll evacuate, but she's still here. It makes me nervous, but I can't complain. We're still here, too. I wasn't interested in having a child at first. There are just so few these days. The thing all three of us had in common as a family was that we were pretty silly. We used to be, when we were all together. The past is such a heavy dream, and I never remember my dreams. But when I wake up, there's a cloud of feelings the dream left behind. Then the day begins. I move around, and that trace disappears. I wonder if our memories of the valley will drift away like that. Someday Kochi will be as old as his father was when he died. What will he remember? All right, this is it.
Ya, rusak si Demon of the Morn bla bla bla.
I killed him. The demon of shame and mourning. What was I thinking bringing it along? What an awful tradition. Kochi, do you still want to take a final tour of the valley? Let's get those wheels back where they belong. I know what I'll carry with me. It's something I couldn't leave behind if I tried. It couldn't be crushed, like the demon. It's too many layers deep. I'll carry the part of me that's gone, that's missing. But there's so much life left that flowers grow along its edges. Something like that. I'm glad you came to Tieng Valley today. Thank you for being there for me. I didn't realize how much I needed a stranger's ear. Now, there's no rush, but as you try to wrap your mind around this place, feel free to come ask me questions. I'll be right here until night comes.
Oke.
We build our lives out of what we leave behind as much as from what we carry with us.
I love sounds and music. If you have anything you recorded to play me,
She has been through a lot, and now we'll have to start all over again.
God of sleep, I've been gathering heartache and I've been gathering courage. If my big prayer is wrong, if it goes against divine will, please spare the people of this valley. We're so desperate for peace.
That must be Sonia, the monk, speaking. I've never heard her voice before. Farmer Layton's cows. He tried everything to scare them out of the valley, but they kept coming back. He was even going to burn the field. I think they'll flee at the last second, like us.
The people here are so weak.
I heard gunshots last night.
That was us. What is that?
Look at the pond, the water.
What is that pattern?
Should we run or something?
Oh, wow. This is the moment the war ended. The valley absorbs everything. If you were wondering what kind of season this is, well, it's mating season for frogs. Probably not the answer you were hoping for. I think Matiora is still around. She's an old artist who lives out in the woods. You could pay her a visit.
The earth gave and gave. It did not let up. Not even at the last minute. We collect the fruit of the land we know is dying. Who could forgive us?
Lengkap ya.
Do you want to go on a sightseeing tour? The next tour leaves in, well, now basically. Saying goodbye is like when you empty your pockets before going to bed. You get to see what you picked up. The things I picked up need somewhere to sleep. Follow me.
Wih, bentar, chill. Beloknya menukik banget anjir.
This is my tree. Since we can't bring it to the city, I don't care what we bring. I love the tree, and Dad cured it. That's what he did. All this purple stuff in the valley that makes you feel funny. See? This used to be purple. And dangerous. Dad made the dangerous part go away. He wanted to make it so all the purple rocks were safe and green. I know there are plants underwater. Can a tree become an underwater tree? This one can't die. It's been through too much. Let's go.
A mineral that can affect the mind. To what extent? A bird stole a small trinket. I left the bird its prize, but maybe I can learn more about the locket. A piece of car, severed, dangling. As a warning to others?
Ya ngebug. Ya begitulah.
This valley is so different than my village, but both places have an enormous tree watching over them. This tree will pass in the flood. What will be the end of the tree in Cairo?
Let's go.
Cepet banget anjir bawa sepedanya ini bocil. Ih, keren. Wah, menukik sekali ya beloknya. Salah.
We had a picnic here a long time ago. I can't remember it, but I've seen an old picture. Can you take a new picture?
Oh,
It
pengen
must sit like
dipoto
Dad does
ya.
in the old one I saw.
He is a great kid.
Mom disappeared one time. Took me a while to find her. She was sitting right here, and she was sad. I got one of her tears on my finger, like a little bug, and I flicked it into the water. And I said, flow, 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 until it didn't sound like a word anymore. It made her feel better. Now I say it. I say it when everything is moving, but we don't want to move. Come on. Let's go.
Ini apa anjir, mayat?
His name is Rene. I asked him how he ended up sleeping here. Rene said they were in the valley because they were so hungry. And then there was light everywhere, and they fell asleep forever. They should be old men now, but they couldn't get older if they tried. One time, I saw the monk out here cleaning them. It was so funny. He looked like he hated doing it. I'm not supposed to touch the soldiers, but I let Rene borrow my pig. I need it back now. Let's go.
They believe a prayer put the soldiers to sleep.
Mhm.
Is that possible? All my life I've heard solemn references to the war. It never reached our village, but it touched the lives of our grandparents. What happened here in the valley, and how did it end?
Everyone's here. She's really going to do it. How can she be sure?
The shrine is protected.
How does she know?
Sonia knows.
How can she be sure? She can't know for sure. This has never happened before, has it? I don't want this. We need to leave. Let's just run.
Wait, do you hear that?
Oh, God.
going to be okay. It won't be over soon.
Who is Sonia? What did she do to protect the people of the valley?
Apakah ada kekuatan magis?
Everyone's here. Everyone's here. She's really going to do it.
Do their friends and family know what happened to them? I wonder what they dream about.
Ini tinggal tulisan nih.
That last line is kind of disconcerting. The people here weren't ready for a war. I'm looking at a memorial to the lost, the killed, and the maimed. We are so lucky the war never came to Cairo village. The war was its own season, but the trauma of it echoed on into this season, haunting it. This machine fueled countless tourists motoring into the valley. Supply lines must have been cut off when the war started. My mom told me a story about a special gateway. Passing through it took years off your life, trading time for distance. I suppose I'm doing the same, just very slowly, very gradually. The scale of the old world grew beyond human proportion, maybe beyond human feeling. The parking lot will never die.
Let's go.
Ih, kemana bocil? Lah, bocil kemana? Oh, itu tuh. Cepet amat.
I wanted to see the water come up from here. To see it crash. I thought the flood would clean everything. But Mom said a flood is dirty. That makes no sense. I asked if we could stay and watch, but Mom said we need to get a ride to the city. That's our house. You're good. Come on. Let's go. Mom wasn't there when he passed away. I was there. Dad had his eyes closed, but he was making a face, like he could see something. So I asked him what he was looking at. He said he was looking at me, and I was all grown up. He saw me climbing up a hill in the sun. Then he said his memories were falling to the soil, and he had to go with them. He didn't want to go, but he had to. He squeezed my hand, and it hurt, but I didn't mind. Can we wait here a while, just to see if something will happen?
Sedih sekali ya.
I met a boy who lost his father just like I did. It's something I don't talk about much, but I did to him. I've been recording everything for you, but this feels private. I'm not sure if I want to share this with the future. I was about your age when I lost my dad. Growing up, everyone said I took after him. I didn't know what it meant exactly, but I felt proud. He fell while climbing a mountain. The other climbers looked for him. He really tried. A friend of his almost fell, maybe in the same spot. The search was called off, but my search kept going. I couldn't understand where he went. Every morning when I woke up, I thought he'd be back. Couldn't he come back just as easily as he disappeared? I was embarrassed to look for him. I thought about impossibly small places, like in the air of my breath, or in the silence between heartbeats. It was silly. I felt silly. At the same time I was growing up, I was changing all the time. Every night I would go to sleep and wake up a little different than the day before. And I realized my dad had gone to a place where you don't sleep and don't wake up, where you never change. They must be waiting for us there, in the place we all were before our memories began.
You're still here. The tour's over. That's your prize, okay?
Lah, gua yang moto.
I have to go home now. I'll see you someday later today.
Kochi collected objects around the valley and laid them to rest at his father's grave. I've collected memories. Where will they be laid to rest? The museum vault?
Mungkin sampai sini dulu ya. Gameplaynya agak singkat sih karena malam minggu kita akan keluar. Dan ya seperti biasa gamenya masih seru, masih enjoy buat dimainin. Dan ya terima kasih yang sudah nonton. Dan ya semoga kita bisa berjumpa lagi di next stream. So ya, bye bye.